Hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. I'm Lynn Huber, and I appreciate you being here. So today we're going to talk about successful people say goodbye to pride, ego, and fear. So we're still in this series about what we can learn from highly successful people because I believe that success leaves clues. And if we watch what the successful people are doing, we can learn a lot from them. And it doesn't even matter if they're in our business or not, or what, because successful people are successful because of the things they do. So there's many things that contribute to your success, or your downfall, right? So of course you want to focus on the things that can help you succeed and your own positive attributes because that's what feels comfortable, right? But sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone and look at what might be holding you back. There's plenty of negative characteristics and emotions that you might have that could be preventing you from achieving your highest goals. We all have them. None of us is perfect. Not me either, right? None of us is perfect. Highly successful people typically aren't know-it-alls. They have a growth mindset, which requires the willingness to be wrong and to ask questions. That's why they're successful, is because their mind is open to what will help me be successful rather than what's going to hurt my pride or my ego, right? So they've let go of these things that hold many people back. So one of the more common ones is pride. So pride can be a good thing in the right circumstances. I mean, there's nothing wrong with taking pride in your work. That's a great thing, right? But most often it can cause problems for you in the form of being too prideful to take on work that you might consider beneath you. Or prideful thinking can sometimes be interpreted as your way or the highway, my way or the highway, right? Sometimes successful people humble themselves, especially towards the beginning, and they understand that everyone has to start somewhere. And they know that they started at the bottom too, just like everyone else. So by staying open-minded, you'll already be serving yourself and your team members better. If you find yourself shutting someone down before they even finish a sentence, take a breath and make yourself focus on their opinion. Make yourself focus on what they're saying. And if you don't agree or understand, ask a clarifying question. Being open-minded is going to boost team morale. It's also going to help you wind up with better ideas and results because you're actually listening to what people have to say instead of thinking you know it all, right? And if you're not in business, hey, this is going to help your personal relationships. This is going to help relationships with your coworkers, everything about the people you're dealing with, right? So, and the other one, having a big ego, sometimes that can lead to some very similar problems. Ego is one of the biggest problems that we as people face because we all have an ego. So being egoless is not possible. That's just part of who we are. The ego is the me, the I, that's who we are. But we can keep ours in check because that's going to help us create success. So when you have a big ego, you tend to think that you're better than those around you. And this can cause you to act in ways that could hurt your success, from refusing to take advice from others to not asking for help when you really need it. So not surprisingly, you might also find that your ego can easily be hurt if someone you consider worse than yourself finds more success than you do. That can hurt, right? It's true. I mean, it can. You find someone who you consider, I hate to use that word worse, but not equal to you or that you consider less than you or whatever it is in your mind. But if they are finding more success than you do, that can really hurt your ego. But in a different vein to the other emotions, fear is something that can hold you back in a totally different way. When you have a lot of fear, your problem isn't that you're too self-important, but rather that you don't have the confidence in yourself and you don't like stepping out of your comfort zone. I think this is a problem for a lot of us, right? Fear can hold you back from taking important risks or making new strides, which ultimately prevents you from being successful. So all three of these emotions can hold you back. All three of them are things we need to let go. More successful people have done away with these emotions, knowing that it does nothing to help them. You really have to look at yourself in a critical light. Not to the point where you're being down on yourself. That's not what I'm saying, but where you're getting real with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself, because if you're not being honest with yourself, you're not going to be able to tell where you are having issues and what you need to fix and what could be holding you back from the success that you want, right? Once you've identified a problem that you have, now you can go to work and fix it. So there's many ways to go about getting rid of a negative trait that you might have. So go with whatever works best for you, whether it's journaling or self-reflection or talking it out with someone else. Do whatever you think helps. But monitor your efforts to change and your thought processes along the way, because it's all about having that open mind and growth mindset that we talk about so much in all of my Facebook lives. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. I had a great weekend. Hope you did too. So it's letting go of the things that hold you back, and that includes pride, ego, and fear. So learn how to be aware of your mind and its thinking patterns. So one way specifically to do this is by meditating for like 5 minutes a day, and then simply observing what thoughts you're feeling. Just sit there and just let your mind wander and figure out where it's going, for 5 minutes a day. Make this a ritual for like as soon as you wake up in the morning or before you go to sleep. Also, learn to catch yourself through the day in your thinking when you feel that you're expressing anything that's getting in the way of your true self, and start questioning yourself. If you find yourself thinking prideful, that you're better than somebody, or thinking that you're not as good as somebody, those are both opposite sides. That's the fear and the pride, right? Or the ego. That's the fear and the ego, sorry. But if you're feeling that, then start questioning yourself. Ask yourself questions such as, why am I feeling this way? Who does it serve? Is this going to benefit me or hurt me? And is it real, or is it coming from a place that's not serving me? Somehow just being aware of what's happening, just catching yourself in the thoughts, is going to help you to recognize those thoughts, and it's going to help you to overcome them. It's going to help you to overcome those whole ideas in your head and the natural way that we respond to people, right? Is it going to be easy? No, probably not. But it's a process. The key is to work on getting better every day. As long as you're working on it and growing, you're moving in the right direction. So I'm rooting for you. I'm working on a lot of these same things, and we're always growing, and it's definitely worth it, right? So, hey, now I'd love to hear from you. Do you have any of these things? Do you find any of these, like pride, ego, or fear, get in your way from being successful? What types of things do you do to overcome them? Please share in the thoughts below in the comments. I would love to hear you. I would love to hear your thoughts. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for being here with me today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.